The trimmer debuted as a package to start off. Now it's a trim, which is the best of both worlds because it's between the Raptor, which is hardcore off-road performance, and your standard F150 with the FX4 package for an off-road capabilities. This one's built with a tuned off-road suspension and avalanche. Furman Ford has given us the 2023 F150 Tremor. You're going to get some unique orange aesthetics on the exterior with Tremor badging. Starting off with the grille is going to have the orange that goes into the Ford emblem, LED headlamps, and daytime runnings. On the lower, hooks will be in the orange, adding skid plates to the front, the middle, and the rear of the vehicle with dual heat extractors. Unfortunately, these are non-functional, so again, it's not going to be as Raptor worthy, but it's going to be more hardcore than the FX4, whereas the Tremor is built on the off-road equipment you'll find on the FX4 package by adding bigger tires, a more off-road suspension, extra ground clearance, 33-inch all-terrain tires wrapped with 18-inch alloy with dark matte finish, off-road shocks, slow speed control on the trails, Ford Copilot 360 2.0, high lock transfer case, 2-speed automatic all-wheel drive system with mechanically locking 4-wheel drive, monotube dampers up front, rear with a twin tube damper, increased suspension travel by 1.5 inches in the rear and 1 inch up front. It's not going to be Raptor spec, but this is better than the FX4. Towing up to 10,900 pounds with a payload at 1,885 pounds. With a length at 231.7 inches, a wheelbase at 145.4 inches, so this is not going to be a small truck by any means. And this will be the sweet spot for the F-150 because you're not going full Raptor, but you're getting the capabilities to still go off-roading for a fraction of the price. 2 powertrain options. You can get the V8 5.0, or you can get the 3.5 V6 twin-turbo EcoBoost. Unique rear bumper, blacked out, dual exhaust outlets, recovery hooks blacked out, spare tire tucked underneath, Tremor badging on the side by your LED tail lamps, soft to open for the tailgate. The cargo bed length at 67.1 inches, a width at 50.6 inches, the height 21.4 inches, giving us a total of 52.8 cubic feet of storage in the bed. Easy access to get inside the bed. Fold this out, drop it, pull this out. Measurements on the actual bed. So it makes it easier if they're only measured out 48 inches. Twin turbo EcoBoost V6. We got to go inside, start it up so you can hear that exhaust note. And they back the performance with a 3.5-liter V6 twin-turbo EcoBoost, producing 400 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque. That's paired to a 10-speed automatic transmission, achieving 16 to 20 mpgs, reaching 60 around 5.3 seconds with a quarter mile under 14 seconds. Going inside the Tremor F-150. We got the running board, so it's easy. Headroom at 40.8 inches. Legroom 43.9 inches. 10-way power seat adjustment for the driver. The orange and Tremor embroidered perforated seats, ventilated, heated, memory for the driver. 8-way power seat adjustment for the passenger. The Tremor gets unique orange stitch work throughout. C-structure on the side for the air vents. With the large 12-inch infotainment with navigation, it has the pinch, it has the swipe. Click here and you'll have your small screen that's on the side. You can't do this, unfortunately, but you can go through here for your bed camera, your zone lighting, pretty much your quick tabs right on the fly. Click into your apps, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM, AM, FM, streaming Bluetooth audio, Ford Assist, Wi-Fi hotspot, working underneath, dual climate control settings, heated, ventilated seat switches, your 12-volt, your home plug, open up here for the first storage pocket and another storage pocket. So 2 glove box setup and some more storage right here, with your Bang & Olufsen sound system. Driver mode select. Whenever you go through here, it will show you exactly what you're doing in the digital gauge cluster for the driver, which will also go through an array of information for the driver. 4-spoke leather wrap steering wheel. It's multi-function with the orange stitch. Open up here. You have a wireless charging pad, a little bit of storage right in front of it, a USB A and C port, an area that you can put the key fob or some pins. This will lower in, which this is the best part. You can fold this out and it makes a table, so it's easy for your day in and day out use. It's also soft for driving purposes for the elbows. Going inside, a storage tray, pick that up, and it's a huge storage pocket with 2 more USB ports, an A and a C. This also can slide around and add change and business cards. The door panel and the dash more or less integrate together. You do have a little bit of an opening here, opening up to everyday materials, a little bit more soft for your elbows, 1 touch up and down for all the windows, and the memory for the driver's seat. Storage pocket for a smartphone, and a long storage pocket that concludes the door panel with a couple of beverage holders. Storage on both sides for the passenger and driver. Analog switches right here with a large panel moonroof that goes all the way to the back seats. If you work too much on your job, Ford has thought about it. You can recline the seat all the way and you can sleep in this vehicle without any issues, and it's one of the only vehicles that reclines this far back. For the back seats, headroom 40.4 inches, legroom 43.6 inches. It's quite a bit. It's a wide vehicle. The door panel gets the same materials as the front, so everyday materials on the top, soft for your elbows or armrests. That's how you open the door, 1 touch up and down, a beverage holder, and 2 tiers of storage for a smartphone, and another beverage holder right here with a long storage pocket. The rear gets heated seats with a 12-volt home plug, 2 USB ports, air vents, cup holders in the center, storage behind both of the front seats. The back seats fold up at a 40-60 split. You can also fold this down so it makes it more or less a flat floor with storage right there as well. Or you could simply fold this up, quick tabs in, and you have a storage divider. Sitting into the center, headroom is still not necessarily an issue, nor is leg space, feet, butt, or shoulder space, because this is a wide vehicle. It's a half-ton truck. 3.5 liter V6 twin turbo EcoBoost engine is now offered for the Tremor, or you could do the 5.0 Coyote V8. You still get 400 horsepower, 500 pound-feet of torque, nearly 11,000 pounds of towing. So you have a lot of capabilities with this truck. I did like it better as a package deal instead of a trim, only because that obviously escalates the price. You do sit up higher, ground clearance nearly 11 inches. The tuned suspension is for off-road oriented, and yet you could drive it as a daily use. All-terrain tires. Are you going to feel a little bit of the imperfections in the road? Obviously, but it soaks it up relatively well because this is a tuned suspension that is unique to the Tremor. Basically, a sweet spot for the F-150. You don't have to option a Raptor. You can get this and still do some or near all of the capabilities as the Raptor and save around $20,000. And to give a little bit of dynamics, here we go. Gets up to speed fine. This twin turbo EcoBoost is just ready to liven up. It does feel a little bit more bumpy than your average F-150 or even the FX4 off-road package, because this is going to be tuned a little bit more unique and it has a little bit more travel in the front and the rear. Maneuverability, if you need to get into a lane, you can, and if you need to give it some gas, you can do so, because this engine is just ready to be fed. Interior sound is still very quiet, one of the most quiet in its class. and that's going to take me to some things I like and dislike. And what I'm going to start off with is what I like about the vehicle. Nearly 11,000 pounds of towing with the payload, near 2,000 pounds. Yes, it's over $70,000, but it's not Raptor pricing, and yet this has a little bit more capabilities in the payload, in the towing capacity. The second thing that I like about it is when you fold up the rear seats at a 60-40 split, that tray can collapse and pretty much give you a flat floor all the way up to near the seats. The last thing that I like is if you are using this on construction, you could fold the seat down to a bed, more or less. You can fold this center console out, use it as a work table. Three things that I dislike: the dual heat extractors. They're not really functional, so I don't really like added features that don't serve a purpose. The second thing that I dislike is the door panels. They are so low that I just feel like I'm sitting a little bit abnormal. Even though it's great for visibility, maybe just raise it a touch. The last thing that I dislike is they put this large infotainment screen in here, which is fine. It doesn't necessarily look like an eyesore, but there's a lot of information that's in it, in which they still have all these buttons everywhere scattered, whether it's on top of it, on the bottom, on the driver's side. It's just too many buttons going on for a refreshed dashboard. And I like buttons, don't get me wrong, just some of these buttons could be configured directly through the infotainment screen, in which would make it a little bit less of an eyesore of buttons everywhere, feeling like I'm in an airplane. Turn radius at more or less a stop point. It's going to get 3 lanes, which you would expect that for the length. Give it some go. Performance is definitely key, and this truck has it. When you're looking at trucks, the first thing people always say is, oh, should I get a Raptor, or should I get the FX4 package, or this or that? Now you have a trim in which you can dive into. You got plenty of towing, plenty of performance, 2 different engine options. Pretty much ticks the box for everything that you would need for a daily use and for off-road for the weekend, plus your work. The nice thing about the F150 is you have different variants, so if you feel this is going to be too much on the suspension for a long journey, just drop it down. If you want to go a little bit more rugged, go up to the Raptor. I'd like to thank Furman Ford for giving us this 2023 Ford F150 Tremor for our car review. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Hawkeye community. If not, I don't know what you're waiting for. Click the next video and the subscribe button. Check out the merchandise, website, Instagram. Leave a comment and a like.